day 15. I was writing down topics. Yes, he watches this, so this is weird. Not weird. Tom's the man. He's my coach. I feel like I am a wandering ship at sea without him. And then every Thursday, we've been meeting, and it's just like sail. Just right to the point. You go. Uh, what are the words I'm looking for here? He just gives me direction. It's sick. It is well worth whatever I'd have to spend. Please don't raise the prices, but well worth it. Um, so yeah, I'm feeling good. He's been helping me with everything. It feels like, and I'm his. Ironically, I'm his first coaching vibe. I think, like, I'm pretty sure, and so I'm an experiment for him, and he's helping me. It's just it's it's going well. So shout out Avery for put with the hookup. Shout out Tom. I talk about him a lot. I'm like, oh, I have this coach. He's so helpful. People are like, oh, that's sick. So it's very nice. I would say this regardless if he was watching or not, but he told me yesterday he was watching. So now it just makes it awkward. You're all right. You're all right, Tom. No. So topic. I wrote a bunch of topics. You can tell I'm re-energized. I am ready to get into the swing of things. And we talked about experiments, like this is what this is. And he's like, oh, yeah, like 2 weeks of this, you can quit it any day. And I don't know if I want to, because this is something right now where it's a low lift, 30 minutes. It's something to do in the morning. And it's another productivity check. It's like, making the bed, which I don't know. I just pointed to. I don't know if you can see. Like, I make my bed. Like something that just like starting your day with a couple wins, I think is important. And like making the bed, gym, and now this is like 3 consecutive ones. And then I walk to work. Like, I consider just starting my day with a bunch of like accomplishments is a good domino effect. And maybe I substitute it for something else. But I like where this is going right now. Sean gave me an interesting tip because he does actual like podcasts and he cares about views and stuff like that. I don't. This is just like a diary for me. And he was like, oh, he was giving me a bunch of good tips, but I don't know if I'm going to use any of them because I don't care to garner views, right? So he was like, oh, title them. Maybe it's not like the whole creator spiel because, that's him. He's so smart in that field. And I was like, oh, like, thanks. But I don't think I'm going to be like, today I'm going to talk about this homeless lady in a minute. And I'm not going to be like, homeless lady, let us talk 15. That's like, I'm just going to keep it at let us talk 15. I think I want to get to 100 of these probably before I call it quits. But we'll see. Already at 15, like it has gone quick. I was watching back yesterday and I realized I be moving these fingers a lot. I am when I talk. Okay, so jumping to just I guess general topics, comedy. Yesterday went and saw Sean do comedy, and every time breaking news, Kale is OCD. No, well obviously I have had it my whole life, but it was never diagnosed until like 3 years ago. Kept it under, didn't really tell anyone, but and then my last 2 therapists were like, "Oh yeah, this makes total sense," which is funny. And it's not like OCD where I need to clean. It's more like I like obsess over things, and it just happens all like pretty badly. Like it's like unhealthy obsessions all the time. Tried medicine, didn't wasn't messing with it. So but the reason I'm bringing that up is because anytime I'm seeing something, like when I'm in the moment of comedy, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I want to be doing. And then listen to Steve Jobs' book. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a product guy. Those are like the two examples only because everything else I consume, I don't care to do. But then I get so obsessive over those two things that's like my brain just latches on. And then it's like this one, that one, this one, that one. So it's a all out war in my brain all the time, which is why I think New York. Separate note, which is why I think New York City's so good, is because there's so much surrounding sound that I don't just listen to my brain all the time. Which is why I don't like being, in upstate or in Rhode Island for too long, just because too quiet. I can't have no noise. It drives me insane. So, anywho, yeah. So yesterday went and saw Sean do comedy, and not gassing him up, but he usually goes on. He's, very talented, very funny. And I've seen his same bit 10, 15 times now, maybe even more. I don't know. I've seen his same bit a lot. And every time I see it, it still makes me laugh. And then I watch other people go up, and I'm like, oh. Like yesterday, there was four guys. The first guy was like funny. He thought he didn't do well, but I thought he did well. Then Sean went up, and then the two people in the headliner went up. And the last two were just so bad, in my opinion, right? I'm not the gatekeeper of comedy by any means. The third guy I thought was just not that funny. He also owned the club, apparently. So that helps, right? If you own the comedy club, you can just give yourself spots. Maybe I become a comedy club owner and just give myself, that'd be funny. Anyway, and then the guy who was like headlining it is a Comedy Central writer. He was the fastest talker I've ever heard, like ever. Like I talk kind of fast. My little brother talks pretty fast. Sometimes he'll purposely talk fast. I'm on to you. Um, but this guy talks so fast, and he would try to say something, and all of a sudden he'd talk like this, and people would be like, "Wait, what did you just say?" And we could, like, the crowd couldn't keep up with him for a lot of his jokes and stuff. So I go and I watch that type of stuff, watch stand up comedy, synonyms by the way. And I'm like, oh, like I could do better than that guy, or maybe that guy, with a ton of practice. Not, I'm not gonna go up and instantly do better, and that like rejuvenates me. So I'm gonna write. Definitely gonna write today. I've been saying I'm gonna write. I've been playing guitar. Like I brought this guitar here, and I've just been plucking away because it's soothing. It's very soothing to not like. That's what I do in my free time, is try to distract myself, I guess. But I have some missions. I have some goals and stuff I want to set and do with Tom. So I'll be figuring that out, and I'll be going from there. But yeah, next thing, big accomplishment, long time coming. Back, I am finally back to 140 pounds. Woohoo! Is what I put. I put woohoo. Um, it feels good. It feels nice. I texted Tal a picture, not telling him my weight, but he asked me about chalk, and I was like, oh no. And then I was like, just feeling myself because that morning I took a good picture, and I was like, oh, boom, progress, by the way. And he said I looked good, so thank you for that. Finally hit 140 pounds. I think September 18th I was 128, so like 12 pounds in 3 months. September, October, November to December. Yeah, 12 pounds 3 months, pretty good. I'll take it. I'm still not like, if I ate like an actual human, I would be way even more. I'm still so skinny. I just don't eat. Like that's just always been my uphill battle. My eating directly correlates with my drinking habits, and I've been drinking. Well, no, it doesn't. My ability to consume directly correlates with my drinking habits, as in water, not anything else. Maybe, but when I don't drink water, I can't eat like a full meal at all. But if I stay hydrated throughout the day, I can have full meals. But then the other battle is just remembering to eat, cooking food, etc. So, yep. Anyway, back to 140. Felt good. I said this the other day. I think I said it in my first or second, but maybe I didn't. And I just think it's so funny. Tom's a strong guy, and he was talking about it. And I call them sleeper builds, like when you're strong and you don't look like you're strong. And I just still can't believe a month ago at the gym, I was working out, and this guy came up to me after I was benching, and he was like, "Yeah, you're like, whoa, dude, you're strong for how small you look." Backhand right to the face, but it was funny. It was so funny. So I appreciated that. You know, shout out that guy. I haven't seen him again. Like he has not. He hasn't been at the gym. But that was at 7 a.m. and I go to 5:30 to like 6:40. It's 6:40 right now. I did an hour long heavy chest light tricep lift today. I didn't want to push it too much. I'm gonna be super busy this weekend. Travel on Sunday. I'm gonna take a couple days off. Maybe I'll work out Sunday in Rhode Island. Go to Planet Fitness. Maybe I gotta figure that out. But yeah. So haircut, actually, jumping all over the place, but we're rejuvenated. We are feeling good. I thought I didn't start that was close. I thought I didn't start the audio, and that would have been a nightmare. Um, If you notice, there's less ums. I just said one, but that made me remind myself. Anyway, so I went to this hair guy named Socrates. Ironic, only because in the first mentioned Socrates and called him Socrates. And 1 second, time out. We're gonna reset this. So anyway, sorry, I got distracted. My bad. I was looking at. I was making sure the mic was good. I got nervous. I thought I didn't start it, and then I was reading. Then I okay. So I went and got my haircut. Haircut, yes. And Socrates, I probably didn't cut there. So I get my haircut, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Oh, your guy messed you up." And he's like, "Where'd you go?" And I was like, "Oh, Astor Place, where like everyone goes." But I said the guy who cut my hair, I think I said this was like his second year cutting hair. They just threw me at him. He was confused. He was like, "Oh, you look great." I think I saw a guy laugh at me when I walked out. Wasn't a great haircut, and he's like, "Oh, they did bad." He's like, "Socrates, I'll never, I'm the best." And then he pointed to three other. I was a walk-in. Three other guys had appointments. He's like, "This is my family, not actually family." He's like, "This guy's from New Jersey. This guy's from Pennsylvania, and this guy's from like around here. But they're all there to get this guy to cut his hair." And I'm like, "Whoa!" Both my roommates go to this guy. So I was like, "Okay, it must be good." This is the haircut. I think it's a bit long on top. Maybe I go back today and get it just trimmed. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But I'm happy with the outcome. And he's like, "Oh, free, free." I paid him. I wasn't gonna. I like handouts, but no, he's working a job. That's his job. I don't like I will go back. So job done, right? Like he got me hooked, but I'll pay for the first hit of crack. You know, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, he was like such a character though, like super, like such a funny guy. Weirdly knowing. He's like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, "Kale." He's like, "Nice." He's like, "Middle child?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All boys." I'm like, "Yeah." And then he guessed my dad's age on the head. He's like, "I'm not guessing your mom's age, but definitely, only a couple years younger." Like these were things he was just saying. I wasn't even leading. I was like, "What is going on?" So that was funny. Just a wise old man. I didn't add that part. Yeah, wise old man, Dominican, speaking Spanish most of it, thick accent, but we chatted. He's a big chatter though. He would like stand behind me and take 5 minutes just to talk. Didn't love that. I'm a more cut my hair guy when I go for haircuts, but I can chat. Clearly, I can chat. So that's what that was. That was fun, cool. Yeah. So, oh, I've been having killer neck issues actually. I just am uncomfortable with my neck. I think I said this the other day, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, last topic I got is tattoos. I don't have any. I don't think I'll ever get any. There's a funny Kim Kardashian clip of her saying I wouldn't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. That's just ignorant. Well, it's not ignorant. It's just funny. I think it's funny, and I've taken that motto. It's like I don't want to ruin whatever this temple is with some random thing. I'm in the heat of the moment. But like my dad has tattoos. Other people, I know a lot of people have tattoos. But the trend right now is a bunch of random small tattoos, and it looks stupid. I like the look, but it looks stupid. Like I know it looks stupid, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. So like, there's this guy at my gym who goes every morning at 5:32, and I don't know why I always say 5:30. I always bring up the time. I think I'm like trying to subtly flex. That's my bad. I'll dial back there. But this guy goes to the gym at the same time as me. What time that is, I'm not sure. And he has like a bunch of just random tattoos, like a star, two stripes, like just random stuff all over his arm. And I think once you get enough, it kind of looks valid. But I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't just get a bunch of random tattoos. I'm not a. I kind of think they're cool, but they're so permanent. But I mean, they're becoming not permanent, I guess. But then I would just buy a not permanent tattoo. Some of them last like 4 months and then just fade away. But then the fading away process is what people say are ugly. I've looked into them. It's like, yeah, 4 months it's really good, but then it takes a month and a half to fade away, and the last couple weeks are like it's not looking good. I'm like, well, yeah, like okay. So that's that. Oh, homeless lady. The biggest topic I wanted to talk about. Every morning, go to the gym, and there's this homeless lady who walks that street up and down, and she is cracked out every time. Not like cracked out properly, like daywalker, but she is, tripping, asking for money. She's always energized. She's coming up like really close. Can I have $1? Can I have $1? And today was the first day where I never say words to any homeless people. Sean gives them money. He gave a guy a sweatshirt, apparently. He gave a, like, don't entertain these people at all. I do not, I'm a fan of handouts when it's appropriate, but the sweatshirt's fine. Don't give, they're just going to go shoot. Like, no, don't do that. I am so anti helping homeless people. That sounds terrible. I'm anti helping homeless people like one on one. Like, go donate to a shelter that takes care of people, is what I would do. Would. I don't. But that, like, just giving them anything, I think promotes the bad behavior that we see on the street so often. I would just go to a shelter and help those people more than, a guy who's living on the street, just wants to shoot up, and that's all he's thinking about is his next hit. I'm not going to help that guy ever. Sorry. Call me a villain. I tried to think of a villain right there, and I just thought of the new Superman movie. Um, anyway, homeless lady comes up to me, and she's like, "Can I have $1? Can I have $1?" And it's 5:23. Temple, my gym, isn't open yet. Pull on the door, it's locked. I'm like, God, I'm gonna have to deal with this lady. And then she's standing behind me, so when I turn, she's like right here. And my headphones are in. I'm always like just bumping, not trying to pay attention. And she's like, "Sir, can I have $1?" I just said no. Probably too aggressive. But I'm not I don't bring my wallet, which I should. I have a bad habit of not bringing my wallet, but I don't bring it. I don't want to lose money. I just don't want to deal with it. So I don't bring my wallet. I have no money to give. If you take Apple Pay, I still wouldn't pay you. So I'm like, no. And she calls me a dick. She's like, "You're always a dick in the morning." I've never spoken to her. I just ignore her. So I guess maybe in her mindset, yeah. So then I go to this corner store, and I'm just walking around in it. But then I'm like, oh, this guy thinks I'm just stealing stuff. Maybe he doesn't think that. I just got paranoid in my brain. So then I buy a little, like, mini Red Bull or whatever, and I don't even drink. I don't try to do caffeine ever. I took a sip and threw it out. Like, that was like, I just felt bad for being in the store, avoiding the homeless lady. I didn't want to walk around the full block because I didn't want to be late. So I did that. 3 minutes goes by. It's like 5:28 now. I walk to the gym. It's open. But she's standing outside the door, like in the doorway. Like, "Can you buy me something?" Maybe I should have. But no, because then that sets, as soon as you make eye contact, you create a bridge of hope where they're like, oh, they're going to give me money. They might give me food. I try to not make eye contact or any conversation. I don't try not to make contact at all with any homeless people. And this lady is just always on my case, just tripping. So I'm not going to buy her anything because I'm never going to buy her anything again. I can't set up that, you know, expectation for me to give her anything ever. I'd rather her be like, but then does my risk of being stabbed with a heroin needle increase because I'm just a dick and ignore her? Maybe I become an addict with her. Maybe we become the best dynamic duo. Can I have $1? I can start practicing now. But no. So that was that. It was pretty crazy. Like, in the moment, like, I'm used to it now. So like, last year, heart rate would have elevated. I would have been a bit panicked. I just don't care. I do take, this probably isn't great, and it's a woman, so I would never, but I do take my one hand out of my pocket just in case I need to Jake Paul him. And she was older, so it would be fitting. Um, no. So that's that. She's not that old. She's probably like 40. She just looks terrible. So, yep. That's that. That's what I got for you today. I'm pretty dialed. I'm excited. I'm gonna go. I was gonna say pound some protein, eat food. We just ran out of peanut butter. Ugh. Got a bunch of these apples with no peanut butter. Best food, by the way. Peanut butter apple, just a dynamic duo. That's like me and a supermodel. Just not even a supermodel. That's funny. I was talking yesterday, 2 days ago, about my type again to my friends, and they know my type. My city friends know my type so much better already than my upstate friends. I'm cutting that. That's just that little blip is gone. I make myself laugh sometimes though, and that's all that matters, right? That's why we're doing this. No, that's not why we're doing this. We're doing this to stay disciplined and stay on track. But all right, this was a good something. 21 minutes. Let's go. Back to back 20-minute bangers. Gonna start doing a Patreon. You're gonna have to start paying for this quality content. No, that's just kidding. Okay. Well, it's 6:55 right now. A bit later than I'd like to be ending, but that's all right. I'm going to go shower, quick shower. I'm like a 2-minute shower guy in the morning, and then walk to work. Be at work probably by 7:30. Would be nice. Edit this, get it up, do some Tom stuff, and carpe diem. Seize the day. All right, catch ya. I will see you later. Peace.